So, please inform me of what we're going to discuss on this day.
U.S. Postal Service has a funding problem. Star Wars Fallen Republic release date announced trailer. Amazon has all the money in the world. Why can't it make a good video game? Epic says Apple threatens catastrophic response in 2 weeks if Fortnite doesn't comply with rules. Baldur's Gate 3 ventures into early access next month. Facebook account requires for new Oculus VR headset. Game developer Rocksteady accused of inaction over staff harassment. 300 Pizza Huts are closing after a giant franchise goes bankrupt. Lawrence Fishburne explains why he won't appear in the Matrix 4. Mulan to skip theaters for Disney Plus premiere. Star Wars Kylo Ren spin-off rumored to be in development at Lucasfilms. Microsoft Flight Simulator review. Halo TV is to blame. Why pixel art game style is wanted by many. Halo Infinite graphic drama. Invasion from Planet WrestleTopia Issue 6. Galanto Massacre. Inebriated fitness, the trick to dieting and losing weight. There is no risk.
All this and more in this week's episode. Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, keeping up with the Geek Bros.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? This is Juancho, and with me are
Vibe.
Come on, somebody else. Say it right. Raziel.
Garbanzo.
I said Darth Fights right after Juancho.
I didn't hear you say it.
Nobody heard it.
Nobody heard anything.
I heard.
Carry on, Juancho. Carry on. There's more the red. Keep reading the red.
I'm done.
all right. And we are hosts of Keeping Up with the Geek Bros, a family podcast, allegedly. All right. Mr. Darfly is going to give you the social media.
Absolutely. You people could find us on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEEKBR0S. You can also check us out on Facebook.com/Geek Bros with a 0. We got pretty cool stuff on there. Cool articles, fake news, cool news, funny pictures, real stuff. Some things that might make you cry if you have a soul. You can also send us pretty cool emails of your dogs or something. I don't know. Not dogs. Dogs. D-O-G.
Uh-huh.
Well, we like cats too. At least I like cats.
I don't like cats, but go ahead.
Like nudes.
What about a pet turtle?
Yes, I actually had a...
Too soon.
Yep.
I like turtles too.
Yoda.
I like turtles.
I remember Yoda. He was beautiful. But go ahead, continue, Fleck.
You also can... Oh, sorry. So, yeah, you can email us at geekbros@yahoo.com. Send nudes. And then if you want to see this beautiful concoction of pretty much just dirty dishwater now because of our skin color, you can check us out on youtube.com/VibeRep Studios. Says VIBEIOS.
All right. Listen,
That's like Jesus Christ. It never gets better.
You never know what he's going to say. Before
It's really...
I just want to make it very clear that Flex, your background is rendered better than your video. I mean, it's crisp and you are not. So I'm just saying, it's really funny. All right, we're going to do the comments and questions from you, the audience. We're going to move right into Instagram. That's GEKBRO0S. And Squeezabit sent us a screenshot from eBay. It's an iPhone 8 Plus with Fortnite installed, 13 bids, $6,100 plus $420 shipping.
What gets me is only $4.20 shipping. They must be sending it through USPS because
must be. I have it'd be great is to get Joe Taro on this to find out if he's involved in this. He's a scumbag, so he loves these kind of things. So,
He probably, when he got wind of this, because he probably was like listening and he goes, "Oh, they're gonna get rid of Fortnite." He goes, "Got all his kids' systems,
Oh my
everything
God.
downloaded Fortnite on everyone's phone."
Hell
He goes,
yeah.
"All right, guys, you guys can't have your phones for right now. Daddy needs to make some money."
Listen,
Right.
and he put
Right.
as is.
Hey, you know what?
Selling as is.
That's a hustle. Hey, I'm calling out Joe Taro, sir. That is nothing but a straight hustle, and I love it, bro. Keep it up.
You're the only one.
Hey,
Yes.
just so you're in the loop, when we went to Star Celebration in Chicago, he kind of tried to double up on all the free giveaways, like the exclusive stuff. I think he made like almost $1,000
He
on
did.
eBay.
Yeah, he paid for his trip.
Sold that, and he sold it. Hold on now, and he put it up on eBay while we were there. Remember, he took pictures of it and he put it up on eBay
He wasn't
while we were
but you
still
know
at
what?
the conference.
He wasn't even the only one, though.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
To be
he was,
fair.
but at the same time, like I said, he wasn't the only person doing it. He went ahead and did it, and he paid for his trip.
Yep.
Hey,
He did. He reimbursed himself for his trip and then some. So he's a scumbag, but he knows how to make money.
which, let's put it this way: if that was the case, then he should have bought us dinner in Chinatown that night. But you know what? I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah, that's right.
He should have. But we'll leave it
Listen,
alone.
when he comes down, because eventually we'll come down, and this new normal can't last forever. We'll all get together, and we'll eventually get to it. So, comments from YouTube. This is the 103, I believe. Man commented, and at 1 hour and 5 minutes, 55 seconds, I was trying to incorporate Garbanzo's picture of me introducing Fuzzy Man. At 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 48 seconds, he says, I just realized Flex was the only one that got my shirt. So, I don't know what shirt he was wearing.
I don't remember right now.
What was it? Yeah.
It said Soft Kitty.
Oh, it did?
Yes, it was Soft Kitty. Yes.
So also from episode 103, Blog Eye Mommy Incorporated commented, love Tom Clancy. We've been playing Breakpoint and the glitches are great with a big laughy face. So thank you very much, Blog Eye Mommy Incorporated. That's a new comment from a new user. So that's great. It's glad to see that we're getting some new people. This is a very Man sends us essays for emails. I love you, Man. You're the best. You're the best. But my God, it is long. Okay, so I will do the best I can.
Haku, hello.
Why, you want to read it, Juancho?
No. Well, no, I already messed up the whole episode.
Okay, fine. It says, congrats on finishing the semester with A's, Flex. I feel honored to have a segment named after me. He has a segment named after him? We did. Yes. The world today. I haven't even received the first stimulus check yet. Wow. Let alone am I thinking about this one. Thank God I'm back to work. 3 months off was difficult. The secondary stimulus issue is an argument between the two parties that barely got along or saw eye to eye in the first place, especially after the first package. Because of this, people suffer, not just on this topic either. And the president can sign as many executive orders as he wants, but Congress has to approve his order. Also, read the fine print on those orders. I'll leave it at that. I'm also down to hunt, Witcher style. I think he saw, what do they call pork barreling? What is it called when they shove the crap in the bills? Roz, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, shoving pork.
No,
yeah, just pork.
It's called pork or pork barreling. Some shit. There's a term for
where
it.
they're shoving pork into a bill.
Yeah. So I never played Animal Crossing. It didn't look appeasing to me. But then Pokemon died for me too. LOL. That mug looks. I'm gonna skip that part. Juancho, in your face. I heard a lot of gaming companies were doing this when I wanted to join the industry. Then I quickly gave up that dream. I'm tired of hearing and seeing how these companies don't want to pay a living wage and offer incentives as an attempt at this accommodation. Oh, he dropped the thingy? Okay. Generally, people are looking for work, should research wage gaps and comparisons before entering these kinds of contracts. You want to respond to that by any chance, Juancho?
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why I did not want to pursue the video game industry when I started college. I changed to pre-nursing because I knew for a fact that it was gonna be a rough road, and I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't built at that time in my life to invest in education to become a video game designer or even go into the video game industry.
Or Ohio State University.
Huh?
Or Ohio State University.
Yeah, that makes no sense. But okay, I know what you're trying to do. No, we're not going there.
He's trying to poke him. That's an inside joke. It's an inside joke.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't worth it for the price of the moment. So I agree with. I mean, it sucks. It really does, and I hope that the video game industry, as it continues to grow and grow, I guess it gets fair. But greedy companies, that's what it is. A lot of people are going indie, and I'm guessing that's where the fairness will lie.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because he continues, I agree with Juancho and Roz on Sony hogging thing. Spider-Man should be enjoyed by everyone, and this horrible show of industry flexing is why most of the Spider movies were horrible. Sony's rights war, parentheses. Sony seems to always have a sharing problem, and I'm surprised Square Enix is enabling it. As far as Apple, they're playing the same game that Sony has been playing. They're just money grabbing it, and it only affects players who do their research, which is a small amount of compared to the loyal customers. And I'm just as hopeful as Juancho. I also hope that this will bring something great down the line. Flex, I use, what is that word? Diaphragmic? Damn, there it is. Diaphragmic breathing to relax at home and to help myself sleep, but I can't be out here losing my mind. I slap asses, not people. Although in today's world, they seem to be one and the same. LOL. Never.
That is a really long email.
What? No, diaphragmatic breathing, I think, still hurts. I have to get coaching on that. Never was interested in Marvel diving into the emotional baggage of characters. I feel it would have killed the storylines if they did, especially the time it would have taken to include it all. I'm currently watching season 2 of Umbrella Academy on episode 5, and I'm disappointed. Yes, you are. I have no idea where they are even going with these characters or the storyline. I hope they're using this as a means to rework the next season. That's a terrible thing to do, though, using an entire season as a soft reboot. Question of the day. I feel that the gameplay and the storyline are well written on their own. Moral ambiguity shouldn't be an issue unless it conflicts with the game as a whole itself. I don't need to hate the bad guy to kill him and complete the game. I have to take my frustration out on someone, LOL. I don't know if Roz, you wanted to respond to that real quick before we move on?
No, that was great.
Excellent. Thank you so much, man. You will be back. We actually enjoy when you come, and I actually love the fact that you big us up on your social media. It only helps. It only helps. So I really appreciate that. All right, I'm scrolling right back up, and Juancho.
All right. So what's on your hold on.
That's it. You're right.
Gents, what's on your mind today, y'all? What's going on? Talk to me. Tell me how you really feel today.
Anybody, you can go.
I'm actually doing pretty good. I got a couple things in the works, but I actually have a big announcement that I'm waiting for the end of the podcast to talk to everybody about. I already mentioned to some of the guys.
That PSA is right at the end.
Yeah, don't worry. But besides that, it's counting down. Like legit, like it's
till Disney reopens officially.
No.
Sorry.
No. I've said it once. I'll say it again. I don't think they're gonna see me till probably like late 2021, if not 2022. Okay. Maybe even 2023. I may be taking some time before I go back. But for I just I got Mikey's on the way, a few weeks away. It's gonna be it's real. Like I saw the pictures. Like he's right. I felt him kick. He kicked me the other night. Like legit. I was leaning against the wife, and I felt. The fuck was that? And apparently, I wasn't allowed to. But I'll tell you one thing though. It went from being. I guess he didn't want me invading his space. It's like mine, bam, and just so. I got a future martial artist there. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, that's really it, man. Just waiting for the things to go back to somewhat normal, and I can actually have a regular job. But I'm enjoying my time at my little part-time spot right now. It's been kind of cool.
Good. Darflex?
School started again, so that's cool. Unfortunately, right now, it is 100%
yours.
What's wrong with my mic?
I don't know. It just got really choppy all of a sudden. Then.
All right, carry on.
Yep. So school started, so that's great. Pretty cool class today. Otherwise, just working a lot, man. I mean, I guess I'm fortunate because I have a job, but I just rather not have to work as much as I have to work right now. It's very inconvenient. And
adulting sucks. My mic sound better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Fantastic.
All right, Ross.
Mr. Roz.
So, really, the only thing I've been working on lately is trying to revive my garden at my house that's been murdered by iguanas and ducks. All my pepper plants got eaten, my aloe,
You
my
can shoot
tomato
iguanas.
plants. It was really tragic. So I'm just trying to revive it. And I'm also playing like kind of Dr. Dolittle because when I go outside to feed the turtle, I get surrounded by curly tail lizards. So I feel like I'm commanding some kind of lizard battalion now. So that's pretty exciting. That's my life.
Just remember that we're friends when you go to take over the world, okay?
That's
Yeah,
right.
please,
That's right.
listen.
My legion of curly tail.
When the dinosaurs come back, let me just I want a pet dinosaur. That's all.
Sweet.
Easy ask.
Oh my gosh.
Alright. So
On my mind, I mean, so much to talk about. But go, Juancho. I'll go last.
So yeah, I'm doing good. This is my week 2 of running. Trying to understand how the running dynamics go, changing the pace every day, changing the heart rate, trying to figure out the right thing that works for me. I ran 2 miles this week. I'm very proud of myself. I'm finally got my stamina back up. Thanks to
allegedly
performance. I mean, I'm getting there. I'm getting where I need to be. We actually went to a fresh market here in West Palm Beach called Rorabacks. Got a whole bunch of tons of veggies. If you follow me at the Juancho with the 0, you'll see a lot of my follow-ups every day and food that I'm cooking. So yeah, I'm doing what I need to be doing to try to stay healthy because I'm turning 32 this year, and that's the peak. And I want to make sure I get there as healthy as possible.
Just a heads up, he's doing all this for free without a gym, so it's not that hard.
Oh yeah,
That is true.
100%.
well, that
I'm using
is-
Under Armour. Shout out to Under Armour for their Map My Run. That app is wonderful. It actually helps. It's helping me every day.
Under
to be
Armour
able
has
to
a running app.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
For the love of
Um,
God, shit Under Armour.
Oh, yeah, I love
Yep,
Under
pretty
Armour.
much.
All right, well, I got a bunch of things on my mind. But what was my highlight for, I guess, the week for today was at the day job, I actually met somebody with the last name Ketchum. And it
Shut up.
made, yup. Last name was Ketchum. And I lost my shit.
First name Ashley.
Nope. It was a dude. First name with a C, and I had to ask. I said, are you by any chance related to Ash Ketchum? The
guy must have hated you.
Oh yeah, hated me. Like, look at it. He was like, huh. You know,
I've never heard that one before.
exactly. I had to. When I said that, I looked at it. I was like, I couldn't.
You should have asked him how's Brock and Misty.
No, I had to. I went as far as I went because
Probably would have killed him on the spot.
Yeah, because listen, when you get that, yeah, that's great. No, that was it. That's what as far as
And he's probably trying to check in for his health.
But
And you're
please
going to go ahead.
please believe, I was listening to Pokemon music and the soundtrack for Pokemon, the first movie, all day. After that, it was great.
Yeah, I'm sure he was excited when he heard that.
Yeah, well, I made sure I turned it down when he walked out. No, because no joke. He was walking out, and I was going, "We all live, yeah, in a Pokemon. We're a Pokemon." Like I was jamming out to that one. Then he walked by, turned that thing down. Yep, it was great. So it's funny. So I'm also looking for inspiration with other podcasts, and iHeartRadio honestly is for me the best option for me for podcasts. And I just look at, and I'm still listening to other podcasts to get ideas to steal from. I mean, to inspire my production on this podcast and other podcasts. And I actually really got obsessed with the podcast, the Maddie podcast. It's about the Madeline McCann story, and it is so good. I mean, I finished it. I binge listened to it over a course of a couple of days. Loved it so much. It tells the story of what happened, and it says, listen, this is a story that you think you know. So they're not leaning one way or the other about what happened, but they are, investigating why her parents were made Guidos in Portugal because of the inconsistencies in it. It was really good. I loved it. So definitely check that out, the Maddie podcast. If you like true crime is my new thing now. I'm listening to.
Oh man, you're about to fall down a hole, then, buddy.
Oh yeah, I've listened to way so much true crime now. It's just great. I don't know, it's weird. But lastly, my biggest concern now is my CV. In the last 30 days, my CV has been viewed 91 times. Great.
That's great.
No, it's being viewed in Poland, the province of Kenya, the United Kingdom, Ireland, France, and Canada. And several times, it's 91 views, from these 6 different locations over and over and over again. So I just want you guys to know that if I disappear, it's not because I wanted to disappear, but it's because I'm being viewed on my CV like it's crazy. It's the weirdest thing. The province of Kenya threw me off. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if somebody's taking my.
It's a long lost cousin of Prince or something that wants to go into business with you, and you know.
Well, I didn't know that I had so many relatives all across the world.
I mean, your email did get hacked.
Listen,
so.
if you end up going
my
to
email got hacked, but my CV never got hacked before. I don't know why anybody would hack a CV or use it.
Maybe people are genuinely interested in your work and they want to hire you.
You know, I really, really hope that's the case. But then why do you look at my CV 9 times in the same day over the course of 18 minutes?
They're really intrigued.
They're showing it. Maybe they're showing it.
Intrigued by it. So
that's showing people like
that's what's on my mind.
Hey, brother Nosey, look.
Yes,
is your resume one of the video resumes where it's like you dancing?
No.
That might do it.
No, it's not. It's not a video resume.
Can we make one?
But hold on now. I'm allowed to have a video resume because of the field that I'm in.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
It can, you know, and I considered it, you know, but no, I'm not.
I don't see why not. I think it's a great idea.
One of the greatest resumes I ever received was somebody giving me a CD to play.
Oh man, it was a video or?
Oh, it was straight up a video.
Yeah,
like standing in front of like clouds and telling me about how amazing a hire this guy would be, and it was just, it was magnificent. Like I really wish I could have hired him.
Maybe that's the reason why I can't break into the business. Maybe I need to stick up my game. I should print my CV and then I should do a companion CD with it and then go for it. See what happens. It's not gonna hurt. All right. Well, moving on. Garbanzo.
So what is going on with the Geek Bros?
Not a thing. Nothing's changed. Nothing's new. We do have a PSA from you later on, but other than that, still hanging in there. Again, like I've said, I've officially decided to do post-production on all these episodes going forward. It only
Nice.
102 episodes to actually do this. It does, because our podcasts are rather long, it takes me much longer than you think to do what I need to do to get rid of the awkward silences, as many ums as I can, and just producing this thing. So even though we're recording Friday nights, remember, you look forward to it on Saturday sometime because it takes me way too long to work on it, and I don't want to do it after, recording with my friends right here. So, and of course, that being said, since it is edited, there's a reason why you should look at the video recap, because that is unedited. That will never be edited. That was the point of video recaps. So you'll see the inside shenanigans just in case you miss something. So there you go. Incentives. All right. And that is that. Juancho.
All right. If this is your first time listening to our broadcast, then please take a moment to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. If you're watching us, then don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. YouTube has recently changed its algorithm to favor corporate channels, so independent productions like ours aren't being recommended, reducing views, and limiting our exposure to new audience. With further ado, episodio 104 empieza ya. 104 starts now.
I don't speak these.
I don't speak Spanish. I don't know. Yeah, that's true.
This sounds like
as it is today.
Macedonian.
Yeah, Macedonian. The U.S. Postal Service has a funding problem. That is, amidst everything that's going on in 2020, I'm surprised that you're just adding this to the list. Now, this article comes from CNN.com, but it refers more to Trump pointing fingers at rewriting the history or something like that. I can't exactly find out I couldn't figure out exactly what's going on with the. Mr. Roz, if you can please just give it to us. What's going on with the...
Happily. So the post office is being systematically torn apart now.
From the inside, literally.
Absolutely, from the inside. And it's truly a voter suppression tactic. The excuse being used is, the post office is running way over budget. It can't be we can't afford to run it. It should be able to pay for itself. Well, the thing is, Louis DeJoy was appointed by the president who as the postmaster general. This guy owns millions, not a few million, over $75 million in stock in companies that are post office contractors and competitors. So it's in his best interest for for the post office to shut down and
yep.
fail. But that aside, the post office not being profitable isn't any new thing. Since 2006,
That's what I figured.
Since 2006, it's been not profitable because of the the Postal Accountability and Enhancement Act, which basically forced the post office to fund its pension by $5.5 or $5.4 billion a year, basically ahead of time. That's not how pension funds work. That's a good example would be, hey, you're buying a house, but the bank says you have to pay for the entirety of the mortgage today and then continue to pay for it for the rest of the 30 years of your mortgage.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's the point.
It doesn't make sense. It was essentially made to hamstring and damage the post office. It's been running at a multi-billion-dollar deficit for years. Since 2006 till now, I think it's like $65 billion, in debt. Had it not had to fund itself that way, basically double funding its pensions, it would be running at a small marginal profit. It wouldn't be running at a deficit. But that aside, that's not a new problem. It's been happening for a decade and a half. What is the problem now is that this guy, Louis DeJoy, comes in, and the first thing he does is say, hey, it's running at a really big deficit, so the first thing I'm going to do is make some cost-cutting measures. But instead of actual cost-cutting measures, he starts to eliminate things like the automatic mail counters.
Okay.
I think over a few hundred so far. So these mail sorters do what the humans used to do back in the day. I'm sure you saw it, like watching like some Magic School Bus shit, people sorting mail. It's done automatically. So they got rid of these
or Men in Black too.
Or Men in Black too. So they got rid of these machines to save money somehow.
Yeah, how does that save money?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Money. It makes the post office so horrifyingly inefficient now that people are receiving their mail days and weeks late. It's so bad that just yesterday there was a report of farmers in, I think, Maine receiving their shipment. Live animals, by the way, are only shipped through the U.S. Postal Service.
And can only be shipped to the U.S. Postal Service.
So
they are only ones equipped properly to do it and trained.
Hundreds of thousands of dead chicks, baby chickens, because they went too slow through the mail. That's how farmers transfer livestock. So anyway, this is a conversation that could be its own podcast
Farmers
and a half.
They mail livestock?
Yeah,
That's
legit.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
So and just to piggyback on that on Roz, is that the biggest issue is that if anyone's been paying attention to the news, that there's been a certain agenda that a certain individual's been pushing about saying how ineffective and how voting via mail is complete fraud and this, that, and the other, and there's so many, which is complete and utter poppycock. I'm trying to use better words.
I like poppycock.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen the pictures. So so now they're going around, and there's been reports in major cities where they actually have tow trucks taking brand new USPS vehicles offline and taking them to warehouses.
Are they on eBay by any chance?
I'm sure if you can ask Joe, I'm sure he figures.
I'll ask Joe Taro. Thank you.
And then they're removing mailboxes. The fact is that the U.S. Postal Service was put in place as a way. It's a government entity.
Yes.
It's a government entity to ensure checks and balances. It's not made for profit. It's for the people. The United States Postal Service is actually a service for the people of the United States. It's not a profit like a United Postal Service, UPS, or Federal Express. Though they have fancy names that sound like
the goddamn
USPS.
Constitution, guys.
This is not like something that's supposedly new. Nor rain, nor sleet, nor snow, and all that kind of fun stuff. That was the thing back that when not even I guess I go back 25 years ago.
I thought that was Santa's mantra.
No, well,
Sorry.
He got it from the post office.
He
Put
did
it that way.
He did.
But it's and the what is it is a travesty what is happening.
Ooh.
and utter and complete just political gaslighting and bullshit,
Yes.
and has completely and totally pissed me off to beyond extent. And I don't, it is what it is. But just I know what I'm doing in November, so and then hopefully everyone's on the same boat with me.
Wow, that was powerful. I didn't think that topic was going to be so deep.
Yes, it's
Wow.
huge, bro. This is
subject,
I
man.
did not know. I just happened to see it and said, I'll throw it in there. Why not?
And you know what? I want to say that brings up a really good point that I've mentioned before on this podcast. And I really think every single person that exists in this country, and people in this podcast included, do themselves a disservice by not being informed enough to know about things like this. And listening to Garbanzo and I is informing yourself. So you already did the legwork, but everyone should know about what's happening because this shit affects you directly.
It's this. I love where I'm from. My family. I come from a family of immigrants.
Hialeah?
Yeah, the Southwest, Sawasera, and and I am proud. And I know my family worked hard for everything. My grandparents, my grandfather worked until he was in his late 70s. And he paid for my mother to go to UM. His house was paid for in 20 years, all off his back, like working 15, 20 hours a day. He bought, I mean, it's there.
That's where you get your work ethic from.
That and other things as well.
I bet.
But but seeing what people are some of the things that are going on right now, and especially in the United States, it hurts. It hurts to watch. It's disturbing to speak about because I feel like I'm watching a movie, like this really scary movie
where the villains are winning.
Yes, and you're like, when's the good guy gonna come in? And then it's hard to watch. It's really, really hard to watch.
The answer is vote. And
yes.
If you didn't vote, by the way, in these primaries just a few days ago for South Florida, shame on you. Just want to say.
I can't vote. So
okay.
Come on.
Illegal immigrants.
Okay.
What can I say?
When I can vote, no. Yeah.
Well, and I guess what and knowing is half the battle. So G.I. Joe.
All right.
Move
on.
Yeah,
let's move on. Time for Fresh Scent. Geek Bros approved movie of the week. If you guys wanna follow.
Basically, AMC theaters have reopened for the most part on 8/20. So some of the Regal ones have opened up. I actually saw some movie theaters. Again, there's nothing new, but I think I'm going to go check out Inception and Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back in the theaters. The tickets are $5. So if you're feeling squirrely and you want to get back into the movies and get your mask on while in the darkness and a big screen, check it out. I definitely will be going there. And new movies I believe are coming out next week. I know the New Mutants come out next week.
Wait, what? It still exists?
New Mutants, yeah. It comes out the 28th next week. And Tenet,
it's still alive.
So, but the movie theaters are open for the most part. So I assume they're actually gonna debut. So let's see. So if you guys are interested, check it out. I will be at the movies. I love the movies. I love the trailers, and I can't wait. I probably am going tonight. Just being real. All right, that's it.
All right.
Joe?
Cool.
What's new in the gaming world? All right, I'm gonna give you the video game side this week, from August 16th to August 23rd. Quarantine Arena came out on the 17th for PC.
Sorry.
Diddy Dre's Network, August 18th on PC. Mortal Shell for PS4, Xbox One, and PC came out on the 18th. Death End Request 2, August 18th on PC. Shakedown Hawaii for the Wii U, PS3 Network. Wow, that's really old. Anyways, Big Farm Story on came out on August 20th on PC. And Arcade Archives Lightning Fighters on August 20th for the Switch and PS4. And that's it for this week.
All right. I
Sounds
like
like a
it.
shit
I like
week.
it. All right. So what? They also like that. All right. So we are moving on to Star Wars Fallen Republic release date announcement trailer review. It's an upcoming total conversion mod of Stellaris. So I'm gonna do exactly what Roz hates, and I'm going to play part of,
Oh, you
of
didn't
this.
you didn't watch the chat, did you, the other day?
What?
I actually posted about this. I was playing it the other day.
That's where I got the idea. I may
Oh,
not
really?
respond to everything, but I read the chat and I
Oh,
copy
okay.
it. Remember what I said? I said some of the topics that I have here are what
Okay,
I
go ahead.
either
So it's a
emailed
mod.
or
We think you hate us because you never reply.
Exactly.
I can't keep up. Whenever I close my eyes, I open it. It's 80 messages. Close my eyes, open up 100. You know, the last time it was 364 messages. I'm like, okay, well, yeah.
But it was over like a 17-week period.
No, that was over a 17-hour period. Like you guys go into it. I'm like, is
All right.
it working? Who's working? All right, let me share the screen. Share. I don't even know. Does this thing get my audio? Let me know if you guys can hear this. Because I set it up that way. It actually looked pretty good. Yes? Hear it?
No.
Do we hear it?
Nope.
You don't hear it? Damn it.
Do you want me to play it?
No. Can you play it?
Yeah.
No, I don't want you to play it.
Okay then.
No, it says share my screen. And it says share my audio.
Look at this laggy ass video.
It's not laggy. It's laggy?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, whatever. Moving on. Forget it. There was a way. I want to know how it worked last time. It worked last time where you guys heard my audio. I have to probably fix it. But I saw it, and I liked it. I mean, I liked what I looked at. I don't know what Stellaris is, and
I can give you a quick. You go ahead, Russ. I think you want to take that one.
4X game. That's it. Just
what does that mean?
What is it? What is it? Expand, exploit, exterminate.
And conquer?
No, there's another X. Whatever.
Exist?
It's basically. Have you ever played Civ?
Civilization?
Any Civ.
Yes.
So take a civilization game and then ramp it up to a galaxy-sized game.
Okay.
Give it a lot more of an economy-based gameplay.
Okay.
Maybe throw in some Crusader Kings. What do you think, Juancho?
Yes, exactly. Because you have your own kingdom. Yes, I think so.
It's just, I don't know, man. It's one of those games that's very difficult to explain. Just if you've played a Civ game, this is the next evolution of that type of 4X style game.
Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate.
Exploit, exterminate. Thank you.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So you start with a system, and then you want to expand on that system. At the same time, you're expanding. You want to explore, and then you want to exploit the planets you're taking, and then you're going to have people from other factions. You want to exterminate them so you can take over the planet.
So it is like civilizations. Okay.
Yeah, it's Civ. Did you ever play Alpha Centauri?
Who, me?
Yeah. You play Civ, so.
On what? On PC?
The PC.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
No, I've only ever played Civilization games. I love the Civilization games.
I do want to give a quick review. The game actually plays really well. The mod, wonderful. It changes the whole game. It basically is like a Star Wars game. You were able to pick from the Hutts, from the Empire, from the Rebels, and be able to have a faction. It's really good.
I'd say it's one of the best total conversions I've played in a long time.
Can I play this on my laptop?
Wait, what did I miss? Sorry.
No. He wants to know if he can play a Stellaris total conversion mod on his laptop. He's got like an E machine, I think.
But here's the thing: if you want to play Stellaris,
you mean the ones that have like a little leaf on it?
Yeah.
Those are great.
It's on what? It's on Xbox?
Xbox Game Pass. Stellaris is on there on the console.
Oh, I downloaded
but there's no mod. You can't do the mod.
I can't mod it? Why?
No, because it's on a console.
Yeah.
The only game that lets you mod on console is Fallout and Skyrim.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, well, I will never play it then. All right, well, moving on to inebriated fitness. Darflex is an exercise physiologist with a BS in exercise and sports science. He is a certified CSCS strength conditioning coach, a CAS ascendant sports nutritionist, sports injury specialist, and currently an MMA weight cut specialist and nutritionist. The trick to dieting and losing weight is there is no trick. Darflex.
Thank you. Good introduction. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Aw.
Kind of to piggyback on our previous topics that we've had.
Bring your mic closer to your lips. That's what she said.
Sorry, I think I'm just talking low with them.
Much better.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, it's like right here, right next to me. Like right here.
Kind of to piggyback on the previous topics we've had of how to stay active during quarantine and whatnot. Nutrition is another variable in your health that is That is, what the hell is that? That is quite.
See, now you know how it feels. Now I know how it feels when you freaking put me off while I'm talking.
Normally, you just look down at your phone and ignore it. So that's why I was surprised. But all right, so with nutrition, yeah, you see all this Herbalife crap, which God, I hate them. They're yeah. But also you see like these online nutrition coaches and fad diets or your
Noom. Everybody swears by Noom.
or Goop.
Noon? This?
No, NOOM. It's an app.
Noon. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I'm not saying having a nutritionist does not work. It definitely does. I mean, that's a big part of my business. But your nutrition and stuff is quite easy to get a handle of. One, it's just mostly willpower. But I think people get very discouraged on how to program a proper diet for themselves because they see a whole bunch of stuff online like, oh, use this formula or look at this equation or this and that. Like, Juancho, what I showed you for yours, super simple. I just give you these numbers. Hey, this is what you have. You need to drop weight. Let's remove some of this from here and boom, simple subtraction. And yes, I use the Galish formula, the Cravonian formula, and the Morscherberger formula quite a bit, but most people don't. This is only because I'm in a clinical setting and I work with pro athletes. But your nutrition is pretty simple. You just get your basal metabolic rate, which you can use the Cravonian formula, and the calculator is on Google. It's pretty easy to use. You put in your current weight, your body fat percentage, and then you subtract your body fat percentage from your current weight, which gives you your lean body mass, and then you're able to get your basal metabolic rate off of that mass. And then most people think, oh, I need to be like on a 2,000 calorie diet. Well, unless you're really active or really, really, really big, and I don't mean like obese big. I mean like just
like buff.
No, like
juicy.
Adam Driver. No, like for example,
I like that a lot.
Take Adam Driver for an example. He's not really a big dude, but he's tall, he's broad. He has a higher metabolic rate than probably all of us right here. But he's not like a buff dude. But so Juancho, when we looked at yours, I think it was below 1,700 if I wasn't mistaken.
On an active day, it's about 1,743. Yes, 1,743, and in a rest day, it's 1,598 calories that I have to intake a day.
And I think for your actual programming, I think it's just a few calories under that you're actually consuming in a day.
Yeah. And
it's super simple. You just have to be in a deficit. There is no trick. There's no magic pill. People think, oh, I'll take thermogenics. Well, what's a thermogenic? All it is just caffeine, guarana, like a bunch of stimulants, gets your heart rate going. And, yes, in turn, because your body is kind of running faster, if you're active, you burn a little bit more, but it's not that much of a difference. You actually have to work for it.
You're harming your liver at the same time you're taking those things. Because it
Absolutely.
So some of them, yeah, it depends. Like ephedra for sure, but like if you take like Lipo-6 Black or something, you're fine. It's just a bunch of caffeine that they try to upsell you on. It's mostly just snake oil.
I love snake oil.
There is.
It goes great on salads.
In my experience, there's only one certain one that I've ever experienced that is a weight loss pill, and that's clenbuterol. But that's normally illegal to get outside of a physician, and it's normally prescribed to asthma patients, but it actually does help lose weight. A lot of Hollywood stars do it. But again, if you're home, you want to program some nutrition, just very simple. If you know your calories, count them. If you want to lose 1 pound a week, you need to be at a deficit of 500 calories a day. Okay, that's super simple. Whatever you're taking in during the day, subtract 500 from that, and you'll be at a deficit that'll bring you down to 1 pound. Now, that's 1 pound of fat. Most people can lose 5-10 pounds a week, but most of that's just water and shit, really, like literally shit. So, yeah, it's great.
You know me.
I mean, look at the weight cuts. In 4 days, I'm cutting like 15 pounds from a person. That would be impossible. You would kill someone if you did that. It's mostly just one. So,
okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, it's pretty simple. Eat whole foods. Don't eat so much processed crap. I don't believe in that whole if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it thing. That just means you're probably stupid. But just
Rye, I can't do it. Can't eat them.
portion control, eat real food, stay active. That's it. It's simple.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. If you want more fitness and nutrition tips, or you like to see some of those sweet UFC posts or all that weight cutting stuff that he's talking about, then follow him on Instagram at dart_flex, DARTH_FLEXX. All right. Juancho, all up in your face.
What's going on, guys? All right, so I want to talk first. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Wow. I am.
Why are you
I
using
love
the
it.
flight simulator?
I love it. It's the most relaxed, chill game that I've ever played in a long time. One thing I gotta warn you guys on it is if you have a data cap, the beginning of the game will tell you when you're setting it up how to watch for it. Because if you have a data cap, this game will pull it like it was no tomorrow.
It's only on your phone?
No, internet gap. Data gap. That's
you mean
Infinity or I think AT&T does. Yeah, mostly majority of the big companies do it. They gap you at a 1.2
for DSL or whatever it's called, high speed internet. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have? You have
1.2
Comcast.
terabytes?
It's like
I
terabyte
do.
and it's 1.2 terabytes.
For the lower business class.
For the lower business class, I think it's like 2 or 3 terabytes.
Okay. All right. Well. All
and
right.
so it's great. What that does is that it actually is taking off live data as traffic and weather, so you can have the most realistic experience based on the area you're flying. The downside of the game is that it's been split into 3 different games. You have the standard edition, you have the deluxe, and you have the premium. To get the full amount of planes and the live airports, meaning that there's millions of airports out there, but there's specifically airports where they took their time to render the buildings and be able to get the small details, you have to get the big package, the premium, which is about $100. But with the standard version, you only get 30 of those live airports, which are okay. They do what they need to do, but you still have the all rendered, the old airports. They still look fine to me. I can't really tell the difference. You do get not as much airplanes as you do in the standard edition. But the amount of realism that these planes have, I'm really impressed. I've never been able to take off yet on real life just because there's so many things that you have to check off. I was actually looking at a streamer who actually took a manual and word for word was able to play with the dial based on what the manual was saying. That's how realistic this game is.
That's awesome.
It's really impressive. I don't know, Ras, I know that you've been playing it, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
First of all, this is like genuinely next-gen graphics. This is like one of the best-looking games available right now. So it will bring your computer down to its knees if you try to run it at high or ultra. Don't even try it.
What is yours running it under? Because I won't tell you until you tell me yours first.
Oh, I have it running at high. Yeah, and it's probably around 33 to 35 frames per second at best.
I can't run ultra. The optimal settings for my computer and it just recently built won't run ultra. It will run the second highest.
It won't, and it's a CPU. It's a CPU throttled. It only uses 4 of the cores on the CPU. So hopefully, when it gets a patch for DirectX 12, it'll run better.
Okay, but so far it's great. I mean, where have you been able to fly? What cities have you flown to?
I flew around England for a while. I flew around the Midwest and then the west of the U.S. for a while. I tried to fly over the Pacific using autopilot, and then I crashed.
Yep. You think I went to I actually started first I went to Boca.
Crashed into Burj Khalifa in Dubai.
Is there by any chance like a I don't want to say mod, but like a flight plan that you can do to probably like redo like Amelia Earhart's flight and see
yeah, dude.
Yeah, just make it your own.
Make your own flight path. Just go online, look up her flight path, and then just do it.
Yeah, no, I mean one of you guys do it and like record it and
No.
Why not?
X does not get the square.
No, because that sounds like the most unfun thing
it is
possible.
Really? Why would you say that?
It's so boring. I can't imagine anything more boring
To
than flying across the Pacific.
Let me tell you,
Wow.
once you get over the ocean, I mean, I just said it autopilot because just ocean after
There's
ocean, that's
nothing.
all you see.
What about
And
what about
cloud.
like Flight 19, like all those like really like interesting aeronautical mysteries, like just fly them, and then solve the mystery.
Man, I'm super hard pass
I
on
don't think
that.
the Atari will let you do that on this game.
You don't think what?
But so, um,
I hate you,
other,
Darcy.
other than it looking cool and just it's cool that you have real time weather and traffic. What are the benefits of running it with the data that you were mentioning earlier?
Nothing really. Just weather it's real time weather, and the traffic looks cool. There's really nothing
So like,
spectacular.
but the traffic isn't like the actual cars that are out there, right?
No, not the specific cars. You won't see like a Sequoia driving by.
It's just like generated traffic.
Player traffic. Player traffic. I mean, I saw a couple people flying in
cars,
them.
not cars.
Like
Okay.
us, the players, you got to get to see them fly as you're flying. That's
Oh, so this is a multiplayer game. Can you grief other players in this? Like,
man,
I don't fly fast enough.
I don't know because the places I've flown, I haven't had anybody flying near me. But
I have.
Now you've really intrigued me. I think I'm gonna try to crash into somebody.
Yeah, or like
can you do a 0G vibe while inverted, and give somebody the finger?
Sure.
Bro.
I'm sold.
Is it only the I don't know, they call Cessnas? I don't know. Is it only
all you get to play is biplanes
and
triplanes. There's nothing else. Everything's propeller planes.
Really?
And when you attack the Germans, when you attack the
Allied forces,
you have to use these grenades that you throw over by hand. There's no actual
and you have to use your teeth.
Yeah.
No, we still use that in the military.
Yeah.
Sadly enough.
All right. So as we continue along here,
all right, moving on.
So move along. So there was a report that came out from Gamerant that the Halo TV show may be partially blamed for Halo Infinite delay. The most recent update says the Halo Infinite 343 Industries has denied claims that Halo TV show impacted the game's development. More information can be found here. So at the beginning of the week, they had said that there was rumors that a Halo TV show was the reason why the game was delayed. I think that's BS. I think it was just the backlash of the gap of the graphics and all this stuff. They said, "Oh, let's take this back," just like they did with what happened with Sonic. They took it back and they redid it.
Sonic was simply delightful.
I just wanted to watch it.
Just wanted to show that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, take like a cold hard beer and just sit there and watch it.
Russ, did you hear about that?
What?
How
Sonic
the whole Halo TV was the reason why it was to blame.
Yeah,
no?
it was bullshit.
Yeah,
it was 100% the reaction to the video.
Yeah, pretty much. Again, it was really bad. All right, so I want to have this discussion with you guys. Why pixel art game style is wanted by many. I was watching
Is it though?
But here's the one. I was watching the Indie World, Nintendo's Indie World on Tuesday or I think Wednesday. I don't remember exactly the date. A lot of the games, indie developers have pixel games, and the charm and the art style of pixel games to me is the most beautiful and most entertaining thing that I've ever seen in a video game. I know we want graphics, but for me, a beautiful made pixelated game, it's art and it's gorgeous, and if it plays well, it's beautiful. I want to know what do you think about that statement I just made?
Nostalgia. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I still play Metal Slug over and over at least once a year. And again, like you said, if the games are well made, they are fun. I mean, I think Metal Slug is such a fun game. I play that's one of the only games me and Jillian actually bond over. Yeah, honestly,
that's awesome.
Like I remember when Roz, I know you kept mentioning a couple of times that when I asked about games, you said that they don't age well, but maybe it's just me. But a lot of the older games, I mean, I love them all. Like all the Castlevanias that I asked you about, all the Dooms, I think the games are good. I don't really mind the graphics. at all, as long as the story or the gameplay is fun. And I mean, I guess for people it is nostalgia. I just enjoy them, and it's not nostalgia for me because I know a lot of these games that I recently asked you about I've never played before, and I played them and I do like them. They are enjoyable.
To not to divert really quick, but remember when I mention an old game and it not aging well, that's not the graphics. That's generally the game mechanics. A lot of older games have like obtuse gameplay styles that have gotten better over time. Like playing GoldenEye now, it's a shit game, but at the time it was amazing compared to playing something like Modern Warfare or Battlefield or even Halo. You know, like so like when I say something hasn't aged well, that's absolutely me saying, hey, the mechanics are going to be kind of junky. The graphics don't really matter to me. But Juancho, what you were saying about pixel art, man, I love pixel art games, but I really feel like they're becoming a little stale because everybody's on that pixel art train now. You know, ever since Phil Fish with Fez like hit that gold, and you know, Terraria, you know, became like the highest one, like the 5th highest selling game of all time. Everybody wants to capture that pixel art gold. So there's been a lot of shovelware released where these games are kind of mediocre, but they have really nice art, but the gameplay is not really there. But it just means you got more to sift through. We were talking about the other day, like Steam Greenlight. There's 1,000 games that come out every week, and one of those may be good. So that's my only thing. Pixel art, I love it. I think it's awesome. It's my generation's, you know, preferred art style, I guess you could say. But, you know, I would love to see it ease up a little bit and some more quality over quantity, which is the problem now.
Do you think it has to do with so many independent developers out there versus how many AAA titles and the amount of money they have?
Anybody can be a game dev now. You know, you can buy your tools. You can make a game. You know, on your computer. You don't need a supercomputer. You don't need a whole team. You know, the developer of Stardew Valley, that was one guy and his friend helping him with some music here and there. So, you know, pixel art makes making games easier. You know, the art style isn't inherently easier, but it is easier than making 3D assets to making textures and designing a physics engine, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, to answer your question directly, yeah, that's absolutely what it is. There's 1,000 indie developers now, and pixel art is the easiest way to go.
Awesome. All right, guys, that's all. That's punch you up in your face.
What about Halo Infinite graphics drama?
That's Roz's later.
That's Roz's?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I scrolled down too far. Sorry. Yay. All right, speaking of that, Roz presents Pixels and Politics.
So, I don't know if you guys have seen anything about this, but the first thing I want to talk about here is like this article is called "Amazon has all the money in the world. Why can't it make a good video game?"
I didn't know Amazon made video games.
That's the thing; they haven't yet.
Oh,
they've released two-ish released kind of. I'm using big quotation marks here. Games, and none of them have really hit. And it's not for lack of trying. You know, a few years ago, back in, I think it was 2014, they bought Twitch for like $900 million, which is a humongous amount of money. So Amazon owns Twitch now. And then they started trying to build game studios. They went to CryEngine, which is the game engine that designs the engine for Crysis and the original Far Cry game. And they bought a license for their game engine, forked it into their own and called it Lumberyard. And then they said, it's a free game engine. Anybody can use it. Make your own games. We don't care. And then they started hiring a ton of like veteran game designers and designing games. And the first games they designed haven't really hit. They've got 3 games in development now. I think the last one that's still being worked on is Crucible, but they also have New World in development, which is an MMO. Crucible never hit. You guys haven't heard of it.
no.
I know. You guys haven't heard of it.
That was a big MMO that they were making, right?
New World, yeah. It was originally supposed to be an MMO that took place around the 1500s, you know, during the discovery of the New World, etc. But they completely redesigned it, and now it's a fantasy RPG MMO.
That's a huge...
Nobody's heard of these games. Like, This is a podcast with gamers. Nobody knows shit about this.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, I said it wasn't that.
Well,
MMO?
no. I'm just saying, with the exception of you,
Oh,
and it's
Poncho doesn't know
absolutely
shit.
surprising how Amazon cannot manage to make a game work with the $1 trillion behind them. They haven't been able to knock one out of the park. And I don't know, like, what do you guys think about this? Because
it's
wild to me.
weird. I think it's weird knowing that they have the money to be able to buy off really good, well-known names to be able to go to them and be able, okay, here, let's create a game. I don't think that they have the drive for it. I think that
yes.
I think they can have as much money as they want, but if you don't have the drive behind it to be able to create content and be able to hit it on the nail, I don't think you're not going to go anywhere. I think you're going to keep flopping and flopping and flopping over. You're missing that drive. You're missing the head of the person, like
creative direction.
Nelson
Exactly.
and I forgot the other CEO, the Nintendo CEO, that drive. That, all right, we're going to create games. What can we do? What do we have to do?
They don't have a Miyamoto.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. You're not seeing that. Maybe they have it in the background, but that's not where it needs to be. It needs to be right in front of the face of the company, what they want to do to be able to push forward a great game. And if you're just sitting back, go ahead.
Sorry, no, I was going to say, did you hear about Breakaway, the first game they released?
No, I've never heard of Breakaway.
Exactly. It was an Overwatch competitor.
What platforms are they being released on? PC, I assume?
PC. It was eventually going to go to console. But they released, they had this game. They released the beta. Nobody liked it.
I did get something on Twitch because if you're
you get
Twitch,
it was a Twitch TV,
whatever,
pushing it on
and
Twitch
it was
TV. Yeah.
there we go.
And nobody liked it. And then not only did they cancel the beta, but they canceled the game entirely.
I was wondering. There was one of those style games missing. I'm like, where's that game that I saw one day? I wanted to check out. It was like, it looks like exactly like Overwatch, but it's not Overwatch. Okay, now.
Man, I would say my theory is they went into these games with the express purpose of making money, not making a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where failure comes.
Yeah. I mean, I think that maybe it's just an afterthought to them. Probably a video game division or making video games is an afterthought, because if they really wanted to get in there, I think with all the funds and the resources that they have, they would have made a mark. So the fact that they haven't, I really think it's an afterthought. Yeah, they
invested multi-billions of dollars into it.
Yeah, but yet it doesn't. From the impression you're giving me, the drive isn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I can invest.
They wanted to make a quick buck, right?
Yeah, pretty much, I guess. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Them and Google, by the way, these are two massive corporations that have a huge amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And what's Google's platform called again?
Stadia? Is it Stadia?
all you guys have your Stadias, right?
I have it. Yeah, I have it. I play it more than the Xbox. So
yeah, you play it every day, right?
Every
Really?
single day. That's why I can't respond on our
that thing has so much potential. It's just these technology, they're beautiful, but they're not in the right hands.
No,
they're not.
And speaking of mega corporations, so the latest update right now with the Epic and Apple, I would say fracas, is that Apple has threatened to pull Epic and all of its licensees from the App Store. That's a big deal. It's not only Fortnite, but it's any game that uses Unreal Engine 4, or really Unreal Engine in its entirety.
Yeah.
May I ask, what is the? I mean, I don't know. I haven't followed this at all. What is the genesis? What started this?
The short version is Epic pushed a new microtransaction method to their game. Before, when you wanted to buy something using your V-Bucks, you would have to buy it through the Apple Store. Apple got their 30% cut.
Okay.
The update made it so you could just buy it directly from Epic from within the application, sidestepping Apple completely.
Okay. So they threw the first. Okay. All right. So
no. It's basically they found a loophole, and Apple wants its money.
Yeah. So because I was thinking that Apple's being a little bitch, but now I'm like, well, you're kind of screwing them over in a way. Okay, so where do you fall on this, Roz? Who, if I have to be as elementary as whose side are you on? Let me ask you that question.
That's the thing. I think they're both batshit insane about this. It's better for the consumer
Which
if Apple
part?
doesn't try to get its 30% cut on everything, because
Okay.
that means everything has to have its price raised. The walled garden approach that Apple devices have, I despise it. I think it's atrocious. I think it's great for old people and young people, but for anybody over the age of like 10 and under the age of 65, being unable to use your phone to the fullest extent is kind of a disservice. But anyway, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, there's no big deal.
So
No big deal.
what I hope comes from this, what I think is going to happen is this is going to be just more fuel in the antitrust fire for Apple, because it's just not good. And if they pull off what they want to do, which is to kill Epic and all games that use their game engine, that'll look even worse when this finally comes to court and there's an antitrust lawsuit from the FTC to them.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is a lot deeper than just.
Oh
Fortnite.
yeah. This is Epic was very intelligent. They saw that regulators have their eyes on Apple in the European Union, so they were like, "This is the time to do it.
So
We're pulling the trigger now."
they set them up. You think you're setting them up, or
I think they set them up, and I think Apple took the bait
yeah.
fully, and continues to chew on that bit.
They just released. I don't know if you guys have been up to, but they just had a turn off on a. I think it's called Apple Championship. They had a championship going on just now on the Fortnite challenge that you went and tried to win like an apple or something like that. Didn't watch it so much, but
I
there's a
don't
challenge out
play the
there.
Yeah, Fortnite likes to troll. They troll constantly, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Roz, before you move on to the next topic, what do you think this would be going on if Steve Jobs was still around?
Yeah.
Okay, just curious.
Steve Jobs was hyper aggressive of the walled garden, so yeah, totally.
Okay.
But so anyway, moving on. The next topic I want to talk about is Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yes,
Juancho,
yes,
I know you're hyped for that.
Yes.
I can't wait for Baldur's
I
Gate
like him
3.
too. No,
So
I need it.
I'm playing part 2 right now.
You are?
you're playing Baldur's Gate 2?
No, no.
Oh,
Oh, what a shame. That's a hell of a game.
It's really good.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you're the guy that hasn't played it. So, but anyway, Baldur's Gate 3 early access comes out later this month. So, if anybody wants to jump on it,
I'm
that's
jumping on it.
I'm not, because it's a story-based game. I don't want to play the campaign and then have to wait another year to finish it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We've
Because
reviewed
if you play,
this podcast.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just telling Jason that we actually reviewed the trailer on this podcast. It was
Yeah.
one of Garbanzo's topics, and we reviewed the trailer.
I do not remember that.
I
How
am
long was this?
super stoked.
So,
Super stoked for this game.
as a warning for you guys, so the early access is coming, but if you ever played the Divinity Original Sin games from the same developer, Larian, they did the same thing for those games. They released an early access, I guess you could say, beta for people, but that only includes like the first fifth of the game. So you play through the game, and then you get to the end of that, first chapter, and that's it. You got to wait for the rest of the game
To be continued.
So they actually read something. It says here the early version of Baldur's Gate 3 includes Act 1 of the game, which is
Act 1.
One playthrough is approximately 25 hours of self-contained content. 6 player classes are supported, and sex races, sub-races with more to be added later. There are 5 origin characters where you can recruit. Most of Baldur's Gate 3 advertised features are included through. Some are still work in progress.
Yeah, they're very super robust when it comes to releasing early access.
I was wondering because I just jumped back in Divinity 2, and I was wondering, this is not where I left out. This is not where I started. I'm like, oh, that's right. This was an early release game. I started off in a different area than before. I'm like, oh, okay, that explains.
Yeah, they change a lot. So I don't know. Jump in if you want to try it out. I'm going to download it. I'm not going to play the full story. I'm going to play like 3 or 4 hours because I really want to get a feel for the game. But I have a lot of confidence in this developer. So
now, now it's strictly going to be for PC, or are they also going to be for console as well?
So the early access is only for PC because the game is coming out for next gen consoles.
I got you. All right.
Um,
Cool. I'll download it. I have space on my PC.
So, question for you guys: does anybody have a VR headset?
I want to buy one.
I
but
do
no,
Not
I don't.
yet.
I
look.
never will.
So
That's not true. As soon as you find out, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Say it, Garbanzo. I dare you to say it.
Say it. Do it.
Hey, wait.
Listen,
Bef-
the porn that you would end up watching is just, that's
They already got it,
you're-
man.
I don't
No,
need
no,
VR. I don't
you're
need
not-
VR porn.
No. I'm telling you, no. This is why you keep telling yourself that you wouldn't want to get it for that reason. But the real reason is because you're going to end up being locked in your room and turn into a hermit.
Here's
for
the
like
thing.
5-6 days at a time.
Hold on.
Just be like, oh.
I'm gonna be very, for whatever reason.
Anime.
I don't like POV porn. I honestly don't. I don't like point of view porn. So VR wouldn't do anything for me. I don't like POV.
Hey, but do you remember that one time we did the podcast? I think it might have been the web series.
I know
Where's this going?
We did that My 3D Made.
That was
we
a
did.
podcast. That was
That was
a
the podcast.
That was
And-
amazing.
One of the controllers is a flashlight.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yes, it was. I remember that. We spent a lot of time on
Such
that
a
segment.
beautiful-
Like a
We
lot
did. It
of
was
time
like
on
about
that.
20 minutes because we
And
watched the
mind
whole
you,
video.
back then it was when we were together in the old studio and it was a little cramped. So like
It was very
I'm
comfortable.
pretty sure I felt some poking behind me. I'm telling you, that's
That's because your chair was broken. Don't blame it on anybody else.
That is what I'm saying.
Hey,
We spent a lot of time.
segue. Speaking of getting fucked over,
Oh.
so Facebook, right? Oh man, Garbanzo's losing it.
Garbanzo's done.
So Facebook bought Oculus like 5 years ago,
Yes.
and one of the first things, the guy, the original founder of Oculus, Palmer Luckey, I think his name is, he was like, nothing's going to change. Don't worry. You're never going to have to be integrated with Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he got fired like 2 years later.
Oh.
And Facebook is
Shit.
now requiring for anybody that buys a new Oculus headset, you have to have a Facebook account and you
Of
have to
course.
log in with your Facebook account.
Why not? Well, I mean, that's.
Because Facebook is
Synergy.
kind of on its way out. It's the old person's
Oh my
social
God!
media
Yes,
platform.
it is.
It's some grandpa ass shit. The real deal.
I found this out a couple months
So-
ago when I was on Facebook and my offspring, who's I have teenagers now, said that why are you on Facebook? That's for old people. I said, excuse me.
It is.
I was really
It is.
upset. I was
Listen,
really upset. I was like,
Let me
what
let you in on some real talk here. The only reason I have Facebook is because like I need to stay in contact with some of the very older people in my family.
I'm barely ever on Facebook anymore, to be honest. Like I post on it only because I post through Instagram.
No, I mean I'm on social media because I use it as a platform to market our
Yeah,
production.
but,
and stuff.
but
So I didn't have it.
Facebook ain't like the hot platform, man. Like if you're trying to push anything now, TikTok, like Instagram is not even hot at all.
Yeah, I noticed that Instagram has failed me. It has failed
Oh.
with studios. So
But anyway,
move on.
Yeah,
yeah,
but we
so
have
if-
Reels now, huh? Reels.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
That's unique.
I like it.
Sorry.
So I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of a shit situation where now you're forced to make a Facebook account. Like I am desperate to delete my account. Like once some of these people in their once either Corona takes them or they just die of old age, I'll delete my Facebook. That's basically it.
That shit got dark quick.
I mean,
No, but it's funny. Is I was thinking that in my mind.
It
I didn't
was
want-
real.
But I didn't want to make that comment. I was like, that's
That's kind of what it is right now.
So,
yeah.
That is the life we live in.
The last thing I want to talk about is Rocksteady, man. Did you guys ever play the Arkham games?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we were just talking about it. I think
Flex, you can't talk with
Flex
when
is
you're
playing it.
muted.
So this
I
was
can't hear
kind
you.
of
Can't hear you,
hurts me
Flex.
because he's
Nope,
trying to
can't
talk.
hear you.
Yeah, man, can't hear you.
Yeah, your mic is it's was it squelching? There you go.
Yeah.
Nope,
Oh,
nothing.
well, he'll figure it out.
I'm reading
So-
his lips. I'm really mesmerized.
Oh,
by
let's
his
see. Let's see.
lips right now.
Let's try to read his lips.
Oh, there it is. What did you do? What did you do?
I think I might have bumped the fucking
oh,
thingamajig.
Button.
I was saying that I'm actually playing through the Arkham games right now.
yeah, great games. So apparently they've been dealing with some internal sexual harassment drama. And I don't know if you guys remember, but basically the entirety of the video game industry is going through some crazy upheaval now with sexism. I mean, hell, the lead designer and editor of Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed franchise was fired last week.
Wow.
Yeah,
which is a huge deal.
and the game's coming out soon.
So, yeah, it comes out that 2 years ago there was an anonymous letter signed by all the female employees at Rocksteady saying, hey,
wow,
you guys are sexist. You guys are not listening to what we're saying. We're being harassed. You need to do something. And not anything really was done. And now, finally, they're coming, to terms with the fact that, hey, maybe we should have listened to these employees. And I don't know, man. It's more fuel on the fire of how toxic the games industry has become, especially to minorities, gender minorities, racial minorities. I don't know, for somebody in the industry like myself, it's disheartening as hell.
That's unfortunate, but I mean, it's not surprising. This exists everywhere in our entertainment medias. So I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying it's like the fact that it's coming out.
For it to be on a place where you have you're not seen by your gender or by who you represent, but by the character that you're playing, and then you see that, it's very disheartening. It breaks my heart just to know that that's what's happening out there, and it puts a really bad taste in my mouth when I'm buying these video games and supporting these companies. But it just sucks. It really does.
So it begs a question: can you divorce the practice of the company from the product that they put out? That's the question.
That's a real question that a lot of people have trouble answering. I would love to take the higher road here and say yes, or no. I mean, one of the worst people in Hollywood, right? Roman Polanski raped a 13-year-old girl.
Damn. Yes, he did, and he escaped, right? To
he still lives in France, I think.
Yeah.
However, one of the best film directors alive.
Yeah.
Can you divorce the heinous shit he did from his amazing movies? Most people can't.
Yeah.
And
So
I don't know, like
your art, how much you appreciate art. Video games to me art. Yeah. And I can't separate a company from the art. I just can't, because the company made it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a hard line to draw, but we got to do it.
Yeah, it's a question. Oh, that's why, Brett. I would just love to hear what you guys have to say about that, because I know that's always whenever, and this reflects more on like movie stars and musicians when they do something stupid, and
because they're singular, they're
right,
smaller.
Because the question always comes up: can you divorce their music, their art, their production from their behavior? And that's always been the question. Should we take away their Grammy because they may be a sexual deviant? It's the weirdest thing. So.
I mean, I don't feel like taking anything away. Their accomplishment was in that field.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, on the other hand, taking away a lot of the clout and accomplishments of people like Harvey Weinstein, who personally didn't really do anything. Hell yeah. Strip him.
Completely.
But,
and then hang him by his big toes, and then, cover him in honey and fire ants.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean fire ants. I meant army ants, like the ones from Brazil.
Oh, so you want him to die faster? Okay.
So we have to do a lot of them. Just
is this you weren't playing Grounded with us? Were you, Garbanzo? Because I'm wondering if maybe that's what's inspiring this.
No.
He doesn't play video games anymore.
Okay, let's
I did. I will say that I did play Grounded, and I did kind of freak out when I got into a dark tunnel and was attacked by mites. It was very awkward.
Yeah, but I love the dark tunnels. Before we move on to Edmund, did you want to quickly just mention what the Halo Infinite graphics drama was? Since I already kind of threw it out there in the beginning.
Oh yeah, somebody want to know about that? So
that was me. Yes.
So, look, the gist of it is because you mentioned wanting to know about this. The trailer that came out at the big Xbox show showed the game. It looks very much like what we remember Halo 1 looking like. Just the rose-tinted glasses make games look better than they really do. Like if you guys, touching on 007 again, if you guys think back to GoldenEye, the game in your memory looks a lot better than the game actually does in
That's
practice.
true.
It really does.
Didn't they remake
So-
it? That's
There was kind of like a remake-ish.
yeah, kind of
Yeah.
a little bit. It looked a
It
little.
was like a soft. It was a very, very soft.
It bombed
liquid
so
warmed
horrifyingly.
reboot. It was not.
Yeah.
It didn't.
So-
it didn't hold up to its previous glory.
So 343 Studios went and messed a little bit with the art style of Halo and made it look like what our memory of Halo 1 would look like today. And, the geometry of the game is fair. It's okay. The texture work is okay. What was pretty unforgivable was a lot of the weird animations, the facial expressions on the enemies, and the lighting engine. The lighting engine was so bad and lacked a lot of modern features that it made it look worse than Halo 5, which came out 4 years ago. That's inexcusable. This is a game that's supposed to be a next gen platform game, and it looks worse than an older game. So the feedback and the backlash was so severe that Microsoft straight up delayed the game till next year. That is insane because they have a console releasing this year without a Halo as a launch title.
Wow. That's.
Hurts.
But I mean, but the graphic complaints, those weren't by any chance intentional, because you said that they were trying to go for the original Halo feel? So
No, not at all. It wasn't intentional. It looked
Okay.
much worse than it had any reason to look. It was just genuinely, it would just looked unfortunate. It did not look like a next gen game. It looked like a middle generation PlayStation 4, Xbox One game.
Wow.
So
Well,
we'll see what happens. And then they, just after that, they came on Twitter and other social media, and they totally gave a mea culpa. They were like, "Yes, it was not living up to the expectations of everyone. So we're going back to the drawing board, and we're gonna make you guys proud." And it's like, shit, man. How were you guys thinking?
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
All right. Well, moving on.
Starflex, insert segment name here. You want to talk about the
battle for Middle Earth Reforged. You had
Reforged.
mentioned it, so if you want to just quickly mention whatever you want to mention.
Sure, because I don't think this is really a discussion.
No, just mention it.
It's I guess it's like this team of really motivated Lord of the Rings fans, and they're kind of doing what Warcraft 3 Reforged did, hopefully better, with Battle for Middle Earth, which was such a great solid game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to see some of the art by one of the people on the team, and it looked great. I mean, obviously it's just art, but if they're able to pull this off, I know Roz mentioned there's going to be some difficulties, but if they're able to pull this off, I mean, it's great. I wouldn't mind playing a better looking Battle for Middle Earth. The game was great.
Just to make sure that I know that it's the right game. Is the Battle for Middle Earth the one you actually played as Legolas or Aragorn, and you kind of went through the actual storyline, right?
Yes. The one
yeah.
Battle for Middle Earth too.
Love that one. Yeah, continue. That's it. Yeah, awesome.
No,
All right.
That's it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not a topic.
The only to touch on what he said, the difficulty would be it's a mod and it's not an official creation, and WB is super litigious.
So, I mean, how long do you think it took? I mean, are they just going to sit down and wait till it gets going to say something, or
A lot of the times, these license holders wait
Uh-huh.
until the game mod is within a few weeks or months of release, and then they slam them with a cease and desist.
But what is that? To what end? Like to stick it to stick it to them? Is that what it is? Hey, you're almost done, and so let's hit you now.
Un poquito.
Okay. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of, I'll get into it another time. All right, Vibes Cure for Your Common Day. Just a bunch of announcements, no real discussions. 300 Pizza Huts are closing after a giant franchise goes bankrupt. This article
That
comes from
sucks.
CNN.com.
As I thought about my wife
are
and pizza
slated
ring.
to permanently close following the bankruptcy of one of the chain's largest franchises, NPC International, which filed for Chapter 11 in July. NPC International announced an agreement Monday with Pizza Hut's owner Yum Brands to close roughly a quarter of its restaurants and selling the remaining locations. Specifically, restaurants and timing have not been determined yet, but it's going to be a substantial majority of them are affected with ones that have dining rooms. So my audience question to you guys listening is, what pizza restaurant chain do you prefer? Domino's, Pizza Hut, or Papa John's? I'm a Domino's guy. I dabble with Pizza Hut. No, I dabble with Papa John's. Never Pizza Hut. I don't like Pizza Hut. Guys,
The person who's worked at Papa John's and Pizza Hut can tell you the process of making pizza is more real at Papa John's than it is at Pizza Hut. And with that is all I'm going to say.
okay. Anybody else with preference out of the three, or if they want to throw a Hail Mary?
I don't like pizza.
I do want to say I love
I don't like pizza.
Hold up, what?
I've said this many times. I don't like pizza.
I've never heard this story. This
Have
sounds
we
like
had pizza together?
He already told you he prefers crayons, dude. We know this.
I do
It's
prefer
established.
crayons.
See, that's
I mean,
what
like-
I'm telling you, bro.
like,
Come on.
I'll eat pizza, but there's other choices. I'm never going to order pizza. Even when I went to
Wow.
Italy, I was like, all right.
Italy doesn't
whatever.
make a good pizza, so
Yeah, it's true.
I don't think anybody makes a good pizza. I just don't like pizza.
Lay's pizza.
Really?
make good pizza.
Even like cauliflower pizza, like that's super weird.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I'm still very traumatized by a human being that doesn't like pizza.
Actually,
I think it's like a kind of a nurture thing. My mother used to like feed me pizza when I was a kid, and I didn't want to eat it. Now I think I don't like it. But here's the thing. I think now when I look into it, it's more the marinara sauce. I don't like the tomato sauce, whatever the fuck.
but not all marinara sauce is made equally.
Yeah, man, they're all made
Yeah,
different.
well, I tried many. I never liked them. I mean, I like the white pizza, but I'm just eating fucking a shit ton of lard on piece of bread. I'm not gonna fucking fuck that.
Really?
So it sounds like you're
I'd
eating a
rather
loaf
have
of
steak
Cuban bread,
or
what you
burger.
just described.
Pretty much.
I'm not saying I've never done that.
Man, I'm sorry. Like, I think we should move on from this discussion.
I think so too. I think so too.
It
Like,
hurts.
genuinely, like,
Wow.
top 10 anime betrayals is Darth Flex not liking pizza.
Yeah, I didn't know this. Wow. All right, so Disney. Oh, sorry, Mulan to skip theaters for Disney Plus premiere. Mulan, Disney is going to test out an entirely new VOD model. So, yeah, Disney Plus. It's going to be premiering on Disney Plus on September 4th for a premium rental price. I'm excited. I just rewatched all the trailers again. I absolutely love the actress who's playing Mulan. I'm hoping. What's her name? The voice actor of Mulan, Young, whatever her name was. I hope she cameos. Did you guys know that Jet Li plays the Emperor?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I saw his
I heard
face and I was
about
like,
that.
wow.
It's
But yeah, the trailers. I'm watching it because I like Mulan is one of my favorite Disney cartoons, mostly because
me too.
Wow.
because
It goes
Mulan-
back that far.
yeah. What? Anyway, so listen, I like that song. I will play "Make a Man Out of You" a couple of times. So, but what I like
Bonnie
about it
Osmond.
is that there's a movie. I don't know who's seen it, The Forbidden Kingdom with Jet Li and Jackie Chan.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mulan
It's
screams the Forbidden Kingdom sequel. That's why I really want to watch it because it's got that feel. I had one of my oldest offspring. I said, listen, watch these two movies. Ignore the fact that Jet Li's in both. Ignore the fact that what's her name is in both. But do they not give you the same feel? He's like, yeah, I really want to watch Mulan just because I'm going to look at it as Forbidden Kingdom Part 2. So that's that. Anybody else going to be watching the Mulan on Disney Plus premiere?
Nope, I'm not going to
definitely-
spend $30.
Not a chance.
I
think
will
it's gonna
watch it.
stream
Just, I may
Let's
not
do it.
watch it right away.
Let's do a watch party and I'll pay for it. Let's do that.
And you put that on Zoom and we just watch it.
I'm
on
gonna put it on. I'm
3D
gonna put it on Twitch and see what happens.
I'll sail the high seas for that probably.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pay the money. I'm gonna watch it. I need to see the movie. I've been dying
So-
for this. This is not gonna be Aladdin, so I'm pretty excited.
It's gonna suck.
It's not gonna suck.
It's
Did you
gonna
see-
suck.
The
It's gonna
trailers are the
suck.
shit. Have you seen the
Listen,
trailers?
It's
They're
gonna
the shit.
be. It's going to suck. What live action Disney reboot has been good?
Oh, I don't know. But Mulan.
None.
Oh, wait,
I
wait,
think, but I
hold
think
on, hold
Mulan
on.
is the
Song
only
of the
one.
South.
Beauty and the Beast was
Was
No, it
adequate.
was not.
Horseshit.
No, it was not.
Was horrible.
That was terrible.
Holy crap!
Adequate.
Emma
Okay.
Watson was the worst Belle. Oh my god, that was a bad movie.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
I know, but I was.
But no, but I would say of all.
I'm partial to that movie for multiple reasons. And
It
Look at
doesn't
all the
matter. You're
fucking
wrong.
masks
That's,
behind
that's what you got to
Garbanzo.
come away
Of
from.
course
This.
he's
But what do you say?
say shit like
But what do you say that of all the Disney movies, though, Mulan lends the most to a live-action adaptation?
I think Pulp Fiction.
What?
Yeah, sure. Pulp Fiction, the Disney classic.
I'm moving on.
Doesn't Disney own Miramax?
Yes,
Lawrence
that's what I said.
Fishburne.
Yeah, the Disney cartoon animated classic.
Lawrence
Pulp Fiction.
Fishburne explains why he won't appear in Matrix 4, and that's basically
He wasn't invited.
is,
yeah,
well,
he hasn't been invited. So
what,
I mean-
is it because of his daughter?
I know. No, it's because he can't play Morpheus. He's old and fat.
He's really old. Yeah, he's not the same. I mean, he even gained weight over 1 and 2. You know, so
I
But not
know.
that
He's-
much.
he's not that. Yeah, well, not that much, but enough where it was noticeable. Because when I watched all 3 back to back, I said, "Wait a minute, Morpheus is not that lean." in parts 2 and 3. So yeah, so that's the reason why he hasn't been asked back. I think he will be though, because I mean it's Morpheus. He's got that.
I
dope-
hope
Should
so,
be.
man.
Yeah.
I hope so. Supposedly, the reason he wasn't invited back is this takes place after. Oh God, I can't believe I'm going to say these words. This takes place after the story, how it ended on the Matrix Online, which was a Matrix MMO.
Yeah, but I don't.
And Morpheus dies in the Matrix MMO.
Spoilers. Damn.
Jesus Christ.
The game came out like 20 years ago.
But do you know, I mean, Roz, on the side, do you know the story of the Matrix Online?
Ish. I knew it. I knew
Because
more.
I don't know.
It's kind of like one of those things I haven't kept it in my memory.
Okay, because
But yes, if you want me, I can give you a quick rundown later.
Yeah, I'd love the story. Not here, not now, but I'd
No,
love to
what's
know the
that?
story of
You do a TED Talk?
Matrix Online, so, or TED Talk.
TEDx, baby.
TEDx.
Okay. All right. And lastly, from comicbook.com, Star Wars, Kylo Ren spinoff rumored to be in development at Lucasfilm, but why?
Hey,
See,
why though?
there we go. Why? I mean, it's
Who's like?
it's gonna be a prequel to The Force Awakens, and I don't give a shit. I don't.
Hey,
care.
vibe. What if somebody came to you and said, "Hey, I got a really good idea here. All right, I'm gonna take this piece of shit right here. Okay, I'm gonna plate it, and then I'm gonna serve it to you.
Yes.
Would you eat it?"
Oh, God. No.
Listen, but here's my thing. Okay.
Here's the thing.
No, wait, look. Except for the Mandalorian, they've been pretty consistent. So why are you asking something like why?
What about?
What do you mean they've been pretty consistent? It's sucked.
Putting out fucking garbage.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see what
but
you're saying. Yeah, okay.
So like you're asking why, like you're surprised.
Because
they just
no,
want to follow
Why
the
don't you just
thread.
say, of course?
No, because when Disney first bought Lucasfilm, they wanted to distance themselves from the prequels as far as possible because they saw it was shit. They have, I mean, in my opinion, from what I can tell, they've recognized that a sequel trilogy did not do what they wanted to do. So they're looking to distance themselves from that. So to do a Kylo Ren prequel is doing the exact opposite of what I believe the new business model is going forward after Kathleen Kennedy. So that doesn't make any sense. I did hear though that they're thinking about a Luke Skywalker solo film. By the way,
Oh, really?
that'd be great. I don't want to see that. I don't care. I'd watch that.
I know. I would have loved to see that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But now after what?
Mark still kind of
Well, no, they might use Sebastian. What's his face?
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, because he kind of looks like Mark Hamill.
Well,
And they probably do like a flashback, like an old man pondering. Maybe just before he fades away on Act 2, he thinks back to this one grand adventure he has when he looked like a Sebastian Stan.
Okay. So let's just make a live action Jedi Academy.
There
Yes.
you go.
God.
Yes.
But who's gonna lead the Jedi Academy? Luke's dead. Rey?
No. I'm saying let's go back in time.
Like,
Okay. Oh.
Let's fix things.
Let's
Let's fix
pretend
it.
this new trilogy never
Yes.
happened.
Let's do a Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
Jedi Academy with Luke.
And who can lead it? If they don't want to
dye
have
his beard again.
if they don't want Luke, I'm gonna drop his name one more time. Kyle's not doing anything right now.
Kyle Katarn.
He's got
not.
time.
Kyle Katarn can always take over.
All right. And that's it for the Cure for Your Common Day. Reading is fundamental.
Invasion of Planet WrestleTopia, issue number 6. Review. Galacto Massacre.
Did you want to read that little description there for me? Or no?
When
Okay.
a disgruntled professional wrestler declares himself galactic champion of the universe, a planet of alien wrestlers views it as a declaration of war. Invasion from Planet WrestleTopia is a 6-issue miniseries created and written by Ed
I just say Ed and Matt. I don't
Ed,
know.
and Matt of Suspicious Behavior Productions, the production company they founded in order to waste money. The series is available on Comixology, and it's published by Starbust Industry Press, the comic book arm of the production company behind Rick and Morty, HBO Animals, Harmon Quest, and much more.
Yes, listen, we have been dying for this issue forever, and this is the climax, okay, of this WrestleTopia saga. So we're gonna go round robin. I'm gonna start with Darth Flex because Flex and I have done this from the beginning. Garbanzo is next, Roz, and then Wancho. Darth Flex.
Yes. So I actually read this today, and I have to say, this is probably one of the. This is my favorite issue.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because it got right into the action and kind of just didn't really.
It's
stop.
so dense.
Didn't stop.
Like while I did enjoy the other ones, there was quite a bit of like
It was a
talking
build-up.
and
It was build-up.
fillers.
Yes. Yeah.
This is just straight up boom. I mean, they straight up just. Well, I guess spoilers or
Yeah.
no?
Well, no spoilers.
No.
You can get as
Okay.
close as spoilers as possible.
It gets really fucking real, really fucking quick.
Yes.
So I thought that was pretty interesting, and honestly, it was very enjoyable. I just loved it. It made me feel like you know that movie with David Arquette back in the day, Ready to Rumble.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like if that was a superhero movie. So this is what I got. I enjoyed it.
That was really well described. Why would I do it?
Garbanzo.
I said it from the very beginning. I enjoyed Invasion of WrestleTopia mostly because of the nostalgia for me. I was a big wrestling fan as a kid, and as I got older, I mean, even in my teens, I still watched some wrestling. Even now, occasionally, I still watch Monday Night Raw because I heard that I'm like Edge is supposed to be. I'm gonna watch Edge. Why? It's Radar Superstar. But just reading this comic, it actually did bring some back nostalgia. It was fun. It's entertaining. Is it the most amazing comic I've ever read? No. Is it the most amazing story? No. But the art was great. I enjoyed the art, and I liked the story. I'm not going to mention anything about the last one because I want people to go out and read it. It's definitely worth reading.
I'm mentioning stuff about the last one.
The one thing I can say about the storyline and how it ended, it
definitely ended.
It definitely ended. Yeah. I was I really kind of I had watching wrestling for as long as I have.
Mm-hmm.
It ended exactly the way that in my head I was hoping it would.
That's what exactly. Mr. Roz. Now, Mr. Roz, I assume you had to read all 6. So we're gonna get to, or you only did 6.
I know. I read the entire
thing,
miniseries last week, and then I reread it yesterday.
Okay. So
go ahead.
Well, I don't want you to do this because I think I want to do a retrospective on this. So I just mention it.
I'll just cover the last
6.
one.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do a retrospective on the whole thing another time.
Listen, I think I may have done this comic book a disservice because I'm in the middle of rereading the Sandman series right now. It was enjoyable. The art was nice. I think the comic book could have done with another 6 issues because the characters were not, well developed. The action was fun to read and watch.
Mm-hmm.
The commentary was great, dude.
The commentary was really fun. I'm surprised.
I'm
surprised nobody was wearing a big cowboy hat. That would have been perfect. But by God. But I mean, like Rabon said, the ending it ended. It had an ending. I feel like the last issue could have had a little more, I don't know, character development. Like I still don't care about any of the characters by the end of the comic. Actually, I care about one character, but I don't want to talk too much about what went down there. All
I can say is the Midget Matador is my favorite character.
The little Rey Mysterio guy was my favorite guy, and we got nothing about him. That's what I'm saying. Like I would have, getting a little bit of a flashback of what was in Mexico and in the 60s and whatnot was nice, but I don't know. All of these characters could have used a little more fleshing out, which left me not really enjoying the comic book as much as I think as I would have. I wasn't as invested in the characters as I could have been. They were just like, boom, introduction, some quick background, not too much, and fight, and that was it. Again, I don't think the comic book is bad.
I think you just described an episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, right. But Dragon Ball Z has 17,000 episodes to develop characters.
Spirit Bomb.
And Dragon Ball
build a Spirit Bomb, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. I think it could have used another 6 episodes. It could have issues. It could have been a 12-issue miniseries, and I think that would have been good for it.
I would have gone for that. I would have absolutely gone for that. Juancho, issue 6.
All right. Page 3 of issue 1, and that's where I left off. I couldn't grab it. It did not hook on me, unfortunately.
Okay.
I am going to try reading it again.
Okay.
Give it another chance.
No, it's okay.
The comic book
really
was not for me.
You have no childhood.
I have a childhood. It's just It's not. It wasn't my read. It wasn't something that I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Let me see what. No, it just was too bland in the beginning. Just like how you feel how Star Wars feels for you. That's how the
Ooh,
movie. How come up.
I never said that.
But I am gonna.
Oh, you mean how Rogue One felt for me?
Yeah, pretty much. I am gonna
It's
try
grown
to
on
give
you,
it a
though.
chance.
It
Recently,
has
maybe.
grown on me.
Probably the mood I was in, I wasn't enjoying it. I'm gonna reread it, and when you do the retro thing,
Retrospective, yeah.
I'll probably pitch in
Okay.
the full review. But
Well, you
so
guys
far,
know me. I'm all about notes. I take notes when I do this because again I have to go out there. I really appreciate that they put us on their press list. I really appreciate that they send us this.
Yep.
So I take the time to write notes. I always do. So this is the issue. I was sold the minute that the other announcer's name was Mondo Larry Hondo. I was sold. That was it. I said yes. Favorite episode, favorite issue, hands down. So like that is a show business name as if you ever heard one. So I loved it.
Hey, he looked like Buff Bagwell.
Yeah, right.
Bagwell.
Listen, check it out. What did you guys think? I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, he placed it. I don't think they ever gave us like a time frame for this. But when they placed it, when you saw Clinton and Hillary, okay, Bill Clinton
It
and
took
Hillary.
place in 1999.
Yeah, did they establish that in the?
It takes place in the late 90s.
I didn't notice, but that really placed. When I saw them, I was like, "Yes, look at that!" I don't know, it jacked me up. I don't know how you guys felt when you saw that, but that was really funny to me. The crowd chanting "You suck dick." I was on the floor rolling. All I thought about was what,
the Attitude Era.
Exactly. That was great. Like you guys said, the back and forth between the commentators or the announcers were. It was entertaining. It was great. It was classic for me, WCW, because WCW was my thing. So,
Yeah.
but when Rory appeared, when before he had I think he had like a 6-pack. Was he always buff? I thought he was chunky.
No,
belly.
he had a belly.
He had a belly. So where did that come from?
It was under the belly.
It was under the belly. So he probably sucked it in. Because I was just like, wait a minute, he was overweight. Where did this buffness come from? So
I think same way Master Roshi does it.
Oh, you know what it was?
He was sucking it in and they drew the lines.
No, Flex did some weight cutting on him before he got into the ring. So
there you go. See, that's it.
Yeah, Rory's monologue when he got into the ring was brilliant, in my opinion. I loved it. It was like, again, classic WCW. You know, I wanted him to say jabroni at the end. That's how classic it was for me. So loved it. But you got the classic frame panel when the two meet face to face. That was it for me. That had me ready. I was ready for that. When the commentators said the capacity crowd, I love it. I got all the feels from WCW. This capacity crowd is pumped. What does this say? I don't even know. Oh, the double clothesline jacked me up. I love the double clothesline. That was great. All I'm saying is just things that are out of context. You still got to read the issue. So, Roz, when you said character development, I agree, but I still appreciated what they tried to do with Rory's reconciliation with Don. Okay,
Sure.
their little Black Panther moment. I appreciate it. It was superficial, but I still appreciate it. It's better than
again, it was pretty short. Like
right.
Again, I don't really want to say too much because it's
no,
a spoiler, but the back and forth felt super rushed.
Of course, it really was.
Happened and resolved within an issue.
Within it was like So
that's what I say. Like, my biggest complaint is not enough character development. If they ever listen to our feedback, my feedback is, hey, more issues. If you're gonna make a really tiny, 6-issue comic book, you either gotta go hard into your page count, which is really difficult to do with publishing these days,
right?
Yep.
Or completely change up the dynamic of the characters. Don't introduce as many new characters. Keep the story smaller, because a big story with many characters, many side characters, that requires more time for you to introduce characters.
Agreed. I loved it when spoilers. Chekhov's gun, which basically is regarding Rory's knee. That was great. Like I freaking love that. Linda kicked some ass after spoilers was being jumped. So that was pretty fun for me. I didn't expect that roundhouse kick nonsense she did. But what she said that really kind of got me a little hot and bothered. She said to this guy, I'm going to jerk a knot in your tail so big. And I said, oh God, yes. I was rubbing my nipples. It was great. And the ending was just like Garbanzo said. I didn't expect it, but I expected it, and I enjoyed it, and I appreciated the ending. It was an ending, and I appreciated the ending. And it's not a goodbye. It's maybe a see you later, because I did say that they might be coming back.
Yeah.
So it's definitely that. But yeah, best artwork ever of all the issues. I keep saying it. Each issue, as they ramped up,
they get better.
They got better. This was solid, strong as bull. I was like, yes, fantastic. And I'll tell you right now, this issue, I literally had to stop midway through because it reminded me. I don't know why it reminded me of it, but it's like, you guys remember when the NWO came out and in WCW, and it was there was a mystery third person. They didn't know who the mystery third person was. They keep bigging it up, and then it was Macho Man and somebody else. They were fighting them. They were losing, and then Hulk Hogan pops out of nowhere. He was excited. It's Hulk Hogan. He's gonna help the Macho Man. Oh no, the leg drop on the Macho Man, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, he's the third man." That was the kind of feel I got from this, and I actually had to go watch that clip because for whatever reason I was like, I have to see this clip for this book. Guys, I absolutely appreciated the series. We will be doing a retrospective on all 6 issues in the future, but I want to thank Ed and Matt again for absolutely putting your faith in our commentary and our review, and we look forward to more in the future. Please bring it back. I enjoyed it. I think that there's still potential. There's still more story out there, and I like Rory. Rory's the man. Final thoughts, gentlemen, before we move on?
No, that's pretty much it. I have.
No, you got it, man.
All right, and that's it for Invasion of Planet Restotopia. Thank you. Moving on to Garbanzo's Corner. It's a public service announcement. Garbanzo?
Well, I want to just say that I'm super proud of what we have been able to do over the last few years, and just come together and just the responsibility that we hold. I will be taking a temporary sabbatical from the podcast. I will still be posting on social media occasionally and things like that, but right now I want to focus on the family and getting everything ready for Mikey when he arrives, just because I want to make sure everything is perfect, or as close to perfect as I can make it. That being said, I wanted to have a very before I go into kind of nostalgia, I want to have a very serious moment with each and every one of you. We have a responsibility. We speak our minds. We also challenge. We question, especially Vibe questions quite a bit. And that's important. I know that that's something that you guys will never stop doing, and that's why I love being part of this group, being part of this family, these brotherhood that I've become with you guys. I want to reiterate that please don't like you guys have to stop asking the hard questions. You have to continue calling people out on their bullshit. Don't use. We have to continue using our ability to reach, even if it's only one individual, even if we only change one person's mind or help one person vote or inform one person about what's going on in today's society that maybe they didn't know about, regardless if it's whether it's something super important and political like what's going on with the post office, or something as simple as just sexual harassment in gaming and what to expect. We may stumble across one girl who is a massive fan about video games and wants to get into the industry and is scared and thinks that there's not people out there fighting that agree that those kind of things shouldn't happen, and may listen to our post and do that. Or a young man who wants to grow up like my son's gonna, maybe he'll be listening and turn around and say, there's other individuals who give a shit, who care, who want to fight the good fight, who also like to goof off, tell dirty jokes, and say things that are dark and inappropriate, and still be human. There's so much that I've learned about myself doing this, the trips, the cosplay contests, and just the pretending to be an EA executive, which, by the way, you never released that freaking footage, which is one of the best things we've ever done.
You released it?
No, you never did.
I put it in our
No, you did not. I am telling you.
Dude, there's no way, because you don't get it. I got that clip from one of our YouTube episodes. It's there.
All right. Well,
no, you're right. I didn't, not the skit. Only the
skit.
Only the
Yes.
podcast. You're right.
The skit that we spent, and it was probably one of the funniest skits that we ever did.
I will look for it.
We have to put it out there.
I'll put it out there as a lost episode. Not even on Patreon. I'll put it there as a lost episode.
But just
for you, in honor of you.
Well, like I said, I'm not. This is not gonna be permanent. I'm only taking some time off to take care of some things with family and kind of make sure that all my ducks are in order. But the fact is that you guys have a voice. Don't squander it. Don't stop. Keep it going. Say the things that make people uncomfortable. Have those uncomfortable conversations. Okay? Disagree with each other. Just because I'm not here, just don't talk too much shit about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This and I know like legit, I'm getting a little emotional about this. You guys are probably some of my closest friends that I've ever made. I can speak to you guys literally about anything. I mean, legit, you guys do not want to see our group chat. There are some things in there that can be incriminating for multiple reasons. But you guys, I trust you guys, and I know that whether I'm part of it directly or indirectly, or just as a voice of reason, or even as just someone who comes by every once in a while and says, hey, remember me, the fat guy in the chair? Yeah, that's that. I'm still here, and I'm still gonna talk shit about things and make stupid jokes and dad jokes and all that kind of stuff. I'm just, again, super proud. I love each and every one of you, and I'm gonna be back soon. But until then, may the force be with you all. Oh, and also you can find me on Geek. You can still always find me on Geek Bros, because I'll be trolling you guys on the left and right for fun. And I think the gram is BEANTKE 278 as well on Twitter, and that, gentlemen, is my swan song. Enjoy.
That motherfucker in his underwear.
Yeah. Are we all? All right. Well, that's it for Keeping the Geek Bros, episode 104. Of course, you can check us out on Twitter and Instagram, GEKBRO0S. Email us, geekbros@yahoo.com. Please check out the Facebook. That's where it's hot and popping. Facebook.com, just test Geek Bros, GEKBRO0S. WeBeGeeksPC.com. Remember, new day for the release of the episode, Saturday sometime, but Saturday, definitely Saturday. And of course, check out the Uncut. You came back. You popped this thing back in. Look at it. And Uncut, of course, youtube.com/Vibro Studios. Shameless promotion, gentlemen, before we get out of here.
You can find me and my my process of running.
Oh my God,
and
Juancho's still here.
fitness,
Holy shit.
at _Juancho with the 0. That's in Instagram. If you want my Twitter, is Darth Juancho. And if you want to follow me on Xbox, it's Juancho X88. So yeah.
Triple X 88.
Yep. All right.
So who am I following? I'm following Juancho X 69. Who's that?
I don't know, man.
That's your alter ego, Mr. Darth Flex.
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Darth_Flex, and for the first time on OnlyFans at Hung Solo.
All right.
Mr. Roz.
Find me on Twitter at Razayala and Insta at Ray Raziel.
Did you want to share your OnlyFans yet, or you're not ready yet?
Oh no, everybody knows it already.
Okay, fantastic. So
and I'm also a Pornhub contributor. So
okay, yes, you are. All right. You can find me Vibe, of course. Vibe Studios, VIBREV Studios. That's Instagram, Twitter, .com, Facebook, and of course YouTube. So check it out. It's everything there from the studio, Geek Bros and beyond. Thank you for tuning in to Keep It Up the Geek Bros podcast.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
I think our Bonzo should leave us with a really bad dad joke.
Okay, give us one.
Show your dick.
That's a bad dad joke?
That's a real good joke.
Hey, who's your dad? Harvey Weinstein?
Oh, too soon.
No, never. That fat. I have my opinions on that.
I know that's right. Harvey Weinstein sounds good.
All right, your dad joke.
Bad.
Are you gonna rush one show? Calm that down.
No. I'm trying to think of my favorite one.
You put him on the spot.
What kind of father?
Okay. By the way, actually, it's basically it's.
Son of a bitch.
What have I done?
Ask me a squirrel.
What have I
Stop.
done?
Yeah,
What have I done? That's the dad joke.
That's the dad joke. That's the dad joke.
I mean, I have a book that I've been reading that I got a couple notes down, but I don't have a book anywhere near me.
It's all good. You'll send us a cell phone video when you do that. Okay, remember.
There you go.
Geeking out still sounds this
So good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.
But anyways, you know why squirrels like you though, right?
Huh?
Because you act like a nut.
Oh, see, that was good. You did it right after I did the intro.
Yeah, I know.
Geeking out still sounds this good.
Still sounds this good.
It's good.